Want to say anything? You remember that moment at Wimbledon 22 years back?
I did when I saw the footage. I mean, I think it was just, that was pure emotion from both of us. That was a dream that so many, but obviously we saw, but so many Indian tennis players have seen in the past that came true. And it was, moment of shock. And he was looking at me, and I had my hands in my head. When I put my hands up, he was looking down, and he was emotional. So it was definitely a special moment.
Wow. When you look at that moment and then you think about the other small episodes that drew you apart, they seem so small. I mean, what can I say? They seem so insignificant. But that's it, right? I mean, let me put it this way. Since you revealed a lot by saying that we are around the same vintage, I was pretending to be 10 years younger than Leander. I've always done that. But since you, one thing about growing older is you look back and reflect at how stupid you were at moments of time. Where at one point of time in this series, Mahesh says, Leander, and okay, so if there's a catharsis going on, let it be, okay? This is not an interview, it's a chat between us. He says, you didn't call him when you had the shoulder injury. And again, I think if you didn't, that was bad, Leander, because he was feeling vulnerable and he was feeling lonely, and I think he was feeling insecure. There was some part where he says that 15% of his muscle on his shoulder had to be shaved off and cut off. He felt vulnerable. Should he have been more around for him then, Leander? You were very busy also, but what do you think?
So Arnab, I did the best thing I knew how.
How?
Was that I actually sent my coach of 30 years, Sanjay Singh, to live with him. I asked Sanjay specifically to not travel with me on tour and to go to New York and live with Mahesh and help him recover faster so we could play together. And as Mahesh said, he had Sanjay with him. They went through rehab together. They lived in the same apartment, I think, Hesh, you guys were in.
Yeah.
And then Sanjay was taking Mahesh through rehab. So I gave up my coach, who is my traveling confidant, my best friend, my physical trainer, my fitness trainer. I gave up my trainer and I traveled alone on the tour to send Sanjay to Mahesh because he was more important than I at that time. He needed the help.
So when did why was the misunderstanding, Mahesh? Why did you say that at that point that, and that is also the point where Enrico Piperno's comes out and appears that was a little bit of an issue between both of you about him. What was happening in your mind then?
That's probably been the toughest toughest phase for me in my career, right? Because I was coming back, we were number one in the world in '99 in November. We just finished the year. Within 2 weeks, I was under the knife, having surgery. When you're having surgery, especially to your playing arm, I mean, every question is popped up. Doctors are saying, if this doesn't recover, you got to do it again. You may never play again, And then, obviously, Leander protecting himself, he's not going to commit to play with me till I'm 100% fit. And on top of that, I've never played with anybody because when I came straight out of college, Leander was my first partner. So I'm like, this is like, if it can get any worse, it cannot get any worse. So I called Leander and I said, listen, it's just, a frightful time for me. I need somebody who understands me, and I'm not going to bring Rico back full time because I understand I made a commitment to you that, we'll work with Bob together alone. So just give me 2 months. Give me 2 months, and Rico will get me back on track just till Wimbledon, May and June, and that's when Leander's kind of had enough negativity, I guess I can say, against Rico, saying that sorry man, it doesn't matter. But the way I was thinking about it was, listen, somebody has to start thinking about me because I've just gone under the knife. I'm not even sure I can serve 100%, forget about play 100% anymore. And I just needed people around me who can, get me through emotionally. And, that's what kind of contributed to the first split.